Well, first of all, it was a pleasure to coach these guys. You hate to end on a losing note, but there's 365 teams, and 364 of them are somewhere in that neighborhood are going to have a bad day. So I appreciate all the time they gave me and working with them, and they've been good for Marshall everywhere. Day's a tough day. Uh, First half, we just hit that spot where they just more physical. They came and a lot of second shots, and we didn't retrieve rebounds, and they ran on I think a 22-4 run, and after that the game was pretty even. But you got to give them credit for their efforts, what they did, and we have to take a lesson from that. That we got to be more physical, and we got to have rebounds. The last maybe 6, 7, 8 games, we've out rebounded everybody offensively everywhere, and tonight they took that away from us. So congratulations to them. We wish them well, and we'll reboot and come back and see what we can do next year.
To coach's left, you've got Nate Martin. To coach's right, you've got Obina and Chili Killen.
And we'll open it up for questions. Go ahead, Luke.
Luke Creasy, HD Media. For the guys, how difficult a pill is that to swallow when you look at the scope of the game and realize that you were right there except for that one stretch in the first half?
I mean, it's tough, I mean, obviously we want to come out. Obviously, we want to come out and win. They came out more physical, and they punched us in the mouth, and it was a little too late by us. So.
Yeah, just to back up from what he said, yeah, they came to play and we didn't. So, I mean, it's just a tough pill to swallow because, nobody want to go home. But I guess, like Coach said, we got to regroup.
Question in the back left.
Keith Morehouse, WSAC. Dan, did you think that they made a concerted effort, obviously with Kevon and Camden, to kind of shut them down after what they did 2 nights ago?
Well, they certainly took Cam Kirkman out. He had a hard time even getting to a shot. So very physical, and they also more than doubled our free throw attempts. It was a very physical game, both ways. We're fouling too much, and we got to relax. If we're not getting through fouls and creating fouls, we got to figure out how to do it. But whatever it is, they shot about twice as many. I thought Keybon started getting his second half a little bit, but by that it was just that one run that they ran on. Of course, you don't know. I mean, that run, if they hadn't have done it then, maybe they do it later. I don't know. But they played hard. I don't want to take anything away from them. They played extremely well, very athletic, and they do a lot of good things. They cut hard. They cut real hard, and they get up into you on our picks and stuff. So, what if we got to be a more physical team, then we have to be a more physical team. I like to see basketball played a little more freedom to run than what it is. But it is what it is. You go out there and do the best you can, and our kids gave their best shot. I mean, it wasn't like they were holding back. They got out there and gave it everything they had, and it fell short tonight. Next time maybe falls our way. But regardless, these two, I hope, will look at everything, measure what they got. They have decisions to make in the modern game as to be here, not be here anymore. So coaches never know. I leave here, you don't know what's going to happen. But we'll ask them if so, and I hope they do. Then they got some work to do to get better and stronger so that next year we go first in this interview and not second.
Go ahead, Luke.
Another one for the guys. When you look at the scope of this year, what's the biggest takeaway from the year where there were as many ups as there were downs at times?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you look at the record. It's not what we wanted. It wasn't the outcome we wanted. But I love these guys, and I think we really did a great job of sticking together. A lot of teams, come out lose the last 7 games of the season, they're gonna fall in the first round. But I think I salute our guys, and I love our guys for sticking together through it. And we had our days. I'd come in I was a little negative some days, but we stayed positive for overall, and I really appreciate that because, like I said, it'd be easy to give up, throw the towel in, but I don't think we did that. So
Yeah, just to back up to what I said, yeah, every time we came to practice, everybody had a chip in their shoulder to, want to win. I mean, sometimes we came out short, like he said, we had that 7-0 run. If it was like other teams, they would just give up in the first round, but we, battled it out, and I'm just proud of my teammates, man. Proud from number 1 to number 16, and we gave it all we got, and I wish it could be something better, but we just
For Coach, a question here from Zoom. How did JMU's ball screen and perimeter defense affect your team's outside shooting?
Who you asking me?
Yes, Coach.
Well, they get into you. The game. It's this game pretty rough. It's hard setting pick and rolls now. They seem to be able to get up into you and push you out of the pick and roll. And if the picker moves 1 inch, you call foul. But that's not just this game. That's been seeming the way they're calling a lot of things now. And I was hoping we'd go back to that freedom of movement where everybody said, we want to have freedom of movement. But it's a physical game. If that's the way it's got to be, then we got to find a way to get on top of it. But certainly did. We couldn't get Kerfman. He couldn't even get a good look. So I think Kevon's second half started finding some places to get a shot. But they took Cam Kerfman. They got into him, and couldn't even get to a good shot. So we got a lot of work to do as a program and try to get all the guys coming back better. And we got to go find some guys. We signed 2, and we got to find a couple more, 2 or 3 more maybe, to bolster up the lineup to see if we can't get back to championship ways.
Going over here with Luke.
You've mentioned the word regroup, and Ho said it, wants to. But what does the regrouping look like in the early stages of the off season when you're trying to figure out what your team does?
Well, we're going to go back. First of all, you have interviews. So the day's game is, are you coming back? You're not. Are you going into the portal? or Not. And my philosophy is, you go in the portal and it's over. You're gone. Don't go in, come back. That don't happen. So we'll go through each player and see which ones we have. Then we assess what we need. And right now we have 1 scholarship, and see what I think this year. There are some things that can do that players may decide to go. Might be a reason that they need to go. I don't know. This is so new to me, and it's hard to say. But we need 2 or 3 players that come in here and bolster, hopefully these 2, so that we can get back to the very top. And we can do that. That'll be what we do. We'll start working individually with each player that's staying and try to get them better. They all have to grow and get better. Relatively a young team, really, to be honest with you. JMU's an older team. We're young. We start 2 seniors, but you got a sophomore and two junior eligibility wise, and first person off the bench is a sophomore. Nutter's a freshman, so we're young, relatively young, and we just have to get better and have that big year and erase some memories. And I got all the confidence in the world these guys will put time in to get that done, and I know our coaching staff will be out there to help them whatever they need.
Dan, you personally, you're looking forward to returning next year.
I don't know, Keith. You're not my AD, are you? I love basketball. I know I'm the oldest coach in the country, but I love basketball. I like these guys. As long as they're listening to me, and I feel they respond to what we do, and I think they enjoy it. They come to practices every day, and it's an enjoyable time. There's a lot of things that make coaching enjoyable other than just a win and a loss. You have a lot of relationships you build, and Hell, this morning I was on cloud nine. Tavion Kinsey just got pulled up to the NBA. He's the only Southern Conference or Sun Belt player in the NBA that graduated from a Sun Belt school. It makes you feel good, and the highs and lows. And, there's an old story about the merry-go-round. That lady had a chance to marry two guys. One was a banker and one was an entrepreneur. She said, I chose the entrepreneur even though he died. When he died, he left her broke. And the banker came up to her and said, you wish you'd married me now? And she said, well, it's like going to the playground, or a fair. There's a merry-go-round, there's a roller coaster. You don't see anybody lining up for that merry-go-round. They're all trying to get on that roller coaster. So that's my life. I like it. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's got its highs, and the day's low. I'm gonna feel bad. I've been doing this for 50 years. I've been curled up on the couch in a fetal position, and I've been jumping up to the sky yelling, way to go. I've done it all, and I enjoy it, and I love it, and I like these kids and young men, I should say, and proud of them. And, we stuck together. We put our hands in there together, and like I said, there'll be 365 of them have to face the same thing. One of them will win it all.